I play flute, and I like recording myself on some like weird shit, and then sample it into Contact and create Contact instruments that are just solely mine, and that creates like a sound that is like a signature. And so since we're all musicians and we play or we sing and we all have our, you know, our signature sound, we could actually apply that into the film scores that we write. So I encourage people to use, you know, to sample your thing and create a Contact instrument.
Just my favorite thing to do is to record something like that and reverse it and then chop it up and make it into a synth.
Everything sounds good.
There are so many audio tools that you can, you know, manipulate your audio in so many ways. And even if you render something from an existing library, but you do something special and you route it back into your sampler, that can create really interesting, cool sounds.
Contact is obviously the obvious choice for, you know, sampling things like if you're playing flute or vocals that you want to do a weird thing. But I really like Iris, and that's really powerful for very strange, just kind of stretched things. It's really great for turning things into pads that were not meant to be a pad. I think there's a lot of power in having, it works really great for very subtle scores that are not super layered, might not be orchestral. Even within a cue of an established show or movie, like you can still create something really cool for that scene with, you know, tweaking something like that and, you know, throwing some plugins on it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Contact instruments, does anyone use Zelda here?
Oh yeah. Movement saved me so often. It's this totally underestimated product because that's usually what I have a little bit of trouble with, or that I don't really have time for, like designing really intricate sounds on a synthesizer. So now I can just create a really simple synthesizer sound with like one oscillator and a couple of effects, and that's it. And then I throw movement on it, and all of a sudden it sounds like I can do, you know, magic that I really can't do. But
Yeah, I think everyone at this table uses Output. I mean, I feel like Rev is like one of the things I've had for a long time.
And every composer studio I'm at, they have the whole, at the very least, they have signal, rev, movement, or substance.
I just suggested to somebody to use the analog strings of someone close to me who was working on a project, and they were like, the temp is orchestral. I wrote the temp that they're using, but they said they want it to sound like the temp with no real orchestra. I have no idea what to do. And I was like, well, analog strings are strings, but like they have all these cool textures and things you can do with them, and it ended up actually being what made the cue work. It's because it gave the director that feeling of orchestra without being your standard orchestra. So tools like that are super necessary. I don't know if anyone else uses custom like lemur touchscreens. Am I the only one? Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a custom lemur template on an iPad that has quick commands basically for when I'm working. And basically if I want to change velocities really fast, or if I want to control volume, it also has a screen that goes to faders. Like all of my quick keys are there as well. That's like a game changer. I don't know. If you're not using that, I recommend like figuring out how to build one, Touch OSC, like the same thing. Like it's super helpful, and it's just cut my work time in half.
One thing I actually cannot live without also, which is very often forgotten, it's a backup system. Just having a really good backup system, because it's not so much a time saver, it's a let me sleep at night kind of thing. Because as you may have noticed, I am very organized, but something that really kept me up at night was when I just had this Mac Pro and the PC, but no, I had external hard drives to back up the sessions, but I had no real system, like no online backups, no off-site backups in case something happens. And I didn't really have a software that would do that for me. So for me, it's everything to just have this little storage of hard drives that are clones of my internal hard drives. So if one of them dies, I can just push them in. To have a bootable Mac OS in case the boot drive goes down, you can just shove it in, continue. And to have a software running in the background that makes online backups and that makes clones to hard drives that clone each other. Right now, I've actually tried out Synchronize Pro, which is a really good one. But I've actually been at a lot of studios where they use Dropbox, but they create these Dropbox aliases. And so you don't actually have to save the data on your hard drive, it just mirrors it to something else.
Dropbox is a great tool, actually. I completely forgot about that. I use that for everything, and directors, they all use, like, it's, thanks, Dropbox.
I think Google Doc is definitely one that I use a lot, just to organize the queues and know what I'm doing, what I've sent, what's been approved, what needs to be orchestrated. I think staying very organized is so important because, most of us work on different projects at the same time and we're all very tired because of the conditions of it. So it's like I just need my brain to be on the computer and help me out. So I think Google Doc is definitely super helpful for me, at least.
Every female composer here, the dream is to have an assistant
Yes.
who will set this shit up so that when we come in,
We've all been that assistant.
we've all been that
Yes.
assistant. So hopefully one day we will be able to just walk in and start writing.